strange. So yeah, don't forget we've still got the beer. We've still got the beer command. Exclamation mark beer for a beer shower. So one thing I've been thinking about this week is the live stream format, whether we change the format of this. Because we do lots of things scattered throughout the live stream, which makes it a bit, what's the word? A bit all over the shop? I'm not sure. But we got some beer coming down now. Yay! There we go. So I thought we'd Rob. That didn't make the noise, did it? That didn't make the noise. Let's just have a quick look. So the alerts. Why haven't we even got the alerts on the list? How strange. Thank you very much, Rob. Towards more belts. The sound's much better. Yeah, the sound on that Logitech isn't great. It's just a webcam, really. Strange. The alerts aren't coming up. Oh, you heard the noise. It's strange. I don't hear it though. That's good. It bleeps just fine. Hey Derek, how are you? Proper Cornish. So yeah, I thought I'd have more of a format to the live stream. So I thought we'd probably do a sort of like we're doing now, a quick hello and a chat. Talk about what's coming up today. Then we'll do the beer. Then we'll have the beer of the week, and I've got a different beer this week. I thought we'd do a different beer each week. And I'm not necessarily doing this format now. I'm just asking your opinion, really. Then a little bit of news, maybe. Things that have happened. Things that have turned up here for repair. Things that happen in the radio industry, all that sort of stuff. Then we'll sort out today's victim. Well, we've got 3 victims today. I didn't publish that. I just showed the cassette again. But as you can see in the picture here, we've got Pro 80s back on the bench. There's a reason for that in a minute. So, yeah, I thought we'd go over whatever we're repairing, do the repair, carry on with the repair. Then at the end, we'd do like a Q&A and a chat catch-up, really. So, no more course for you, Danish. No. All right, then. Okay. So, Mrs. Cruncher's on the mend, yeah? You could use a muted command. Now there is other commands out there available. We didn't get a chance to look at them last week. We did not get a chance to look at them last week. So it was that commands for OBS. Okay. I think it was on Etsy. So I've got to go to Etsy. Let's go to Etsy. For some reason it's bringing up Oni Grand's calendars for me. I'm really not sure what that's all about. That's disturbing. What? Oni Grand's. Where next? Right, okay, so live a streaming command pack. OBS. Right. Command pat. 8 ball. We got 8 ball. 8 balls working 6. looks a bit naff. GG, good game. Toxic, clip that. No. Good game. Leaves. I don't see leaves being of any use to us, really, do you? A twerking one. Oh dear, oh dear. There was some. I don't know whether I'm looking in the right place. Rats. There we go. We got rats, balloons, spiders. How about this, son? So we've got rats, balloons, spiders, carrots, beer, love, fans by the looks of it. So balloons, nuggets, carrots, love, sprinkles, steel ball, mic drop might be a good one for the old what's it? Spider, rats, only fans. I like it. Beer, whoa, snow, wasted, tumbleweed might be good. Tomato, spotlights, high IQ, cheese and bat. I mean, it's, what's that in UK, about a tenner? So what do you think of that then? I mean, that's a few extra commands, isn't it? It's a few extra things. Go for your dinner. No worries, Rob. We'll see you in a bit, mate. Oh no, we haven't got that. Unless someone is actually clever enough to do some commands, we could have some streaming, like, raining radios, couldn't we? Mic drop only to be used if the sound goes off, or tumbleweed if you're getting bored. Another channel has the cry command when things don't go to plan. Yeah. Yeah, I tried that and nothing came up. I mean, there must be other places apart from Etsy where you can get these like widgets or whatever you call them. Shout out widget, horoscope widget, multi-stream chat, live streaming pack. A dog, an interactive dog, that would be useful, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's like a flashing light. Like a police light. Bad joke alert. Illuminos chat command. Oh, there's so many of them. I mean, rats would be useful, wouldn't it? Rats. We got beer. Yeah, beer is the only one at the moment. Salty. We got salty. Let's try chat commands. command widget. Tomato. So you can throw tomatoes at me. That'd be useful, wouldn't it? Twerking. Dream. Bees. Really useful. Bees. Dinosaur. Oh, rats, balloons, spiders, dinosaurs, yeah. Crazy. R.I.P. Teabag. Potatoes, yeah, that'd be useful as well. Look at all this lot, look. I mean, you can't see what I'm looking at, but you have a look at this lot. So we go back up to the top, look. This is the chat commands on Etsy that you can download. Pat. GG, I think that's a good game. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. OnlyFans. Twerk. Madness. Bees. That's the mega pack we've already looked at. R.I.P. over that. That we could have R.I.P. could we, for the stream being down? Something like that. Love. You know, you can send me a bit of love if you want. Salty. I'm not sure why you'd need salty command. Teabag. I hope you're paying attention to these, because you can tell me in a minute which ones you might actually want. Which ones you would like to have a play with. Spotlights. That's quite good. I've seen that one used on other channels before. Jail. Put me in jail if you want that. That's great, isn't it? Ice cream. Madness. Bats. Punishment widget. Cheese. Useful. Bomb. I like that. I like the bomb. Flies. There's loads, isn't there? What else? Trash. Mic drop. Animal Crossing. Hatchet. Oh dear. Nice shoot. Whoa. Taco. Oh, I mean, how useful is that? Taco, you'd have to have that. You know, big shout out for the taco widget. Onions. Oh, this is mad. Pickle. What on earth? Who would want pickle? Magic wand. Oh my god. Dumpster. Oh my god. Popcorn. Dinosaurs. Snowball. Oh daddy. What? He sends me oh daddy. Thinks I'd be a bit worried. Banana. Corn flip. Mad. Rat. Custom chat commands. Well, you get the gist. There's lots of stuff here. Look, what's that? Gummy bears, bread. Useful stuff again. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Really, though. Spider. leaves, steel balls, bananas, tumbleweed, poop. Oh, nice. Nice. USA. That's only the stars, not the stripes, though. Wow. Ghost attack. I'd like that. I'd like a bit of ghost attack. Well, you know. Which ones do we want then? Which ones do we want? Anybody got anything? Oh, custom command. Nuke. Got enough dinosaurs already? I like it, Baz. Need a yeet. Afternoon, Derek. Cooper understands the carrots, does he? Yeah, they're not free, none of them. A spotlight so you can point to a certain part of the circuit. It's more like a searchlight thing that comes up on the screen in different colours, Aaron. You like bomb? Pipe drop? Joe voted for taco. Snowball. Bread. Yeah, we got beer. Beer works. Poop. You like poop? Born. Bananas and bats. Goats. Transistor symbols. Afternoon, Jeff. Need something that makes a noise. Yeah, I don't know whether they do make a noise. Anyway, shall we crack on with the beer? Nobody really mentioned whether they'd like a bit more of a format to the stream. A bit more organised maybe, I don't know. I might give it a try next week. Let's get Operation Beer underway. So, I've gone this week for... Just need to pull this out of the way a little bit. We'll be playing with that in a minute. One of my favourites. I've got it in the wrong place. JLL. Dartmoor. So local to me. Ish. Brewed up in Princetown, I believe. Dartmoor Brewery. And yes, indeed it is. Station Road, Princetown in Devon. 4.5%. It's obviously one I've been brought up on, you know. So, one of my favourites. It did used to be a bit stronger than this. It used to be over 5%, I think. I think it used to be up near 6, but it's now at more drinkable 4.8. Named after the Dartmoor jail. Dartmoor prison, which apparently is actually shut now because they've got loads of radon, which is no surprise, being it's built on granite. You're bound to have radon, aren't you? But yeah, apparently they've closed it. Bit of news for you as well, look, thrown in. The radio show is next Tuesday, so I'll touch up on that again in a minute. Thanks for reminding me, Andrew. Welcome back, Rob. So let's get this one in. I'm sure some of you have tried this. Tim's on the speckled hen. I nearly bought the... what's the next one up from the speckled hen? I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a stronger one, isn't there, with a black label on it. Didn't the goons steal Dartmoor and replace it with a cardboard replica? They might well have done, Bob. I don't know. You're happy with that Danish, are you? You've never tried you must be able to get it over there. They do export it. I'm sure they do, Rob. So there you go. That's my recommendation and my beer for the week. So cheers, everybody. We need the beer command, surely. A cooper makes wooden casks. You're all right. That's it, Crafty Hen. That one I had at Christmas though was absolutely amazing. Best Moreland beer I've ever had. That limited edition one. I think Dave had one of those. DJ, how you doing, mate? We got some beer. We got some beer coming down. So anyway, cheers, everybody. So yeah, there you go. Beer of the week. Dartmoor JLL. So I am trying to put a bit more out for the members as well now. Members and Patreons. You should start seeing quite a lot of new stuff come out just for you. I did a little video yesterday on what's coming out today for you. Goat. Yeah. You want a screaming goat, don't we, really? A screaming goat. So yes, news then. Coco's toes getting better. Spent another what, £250–300 last week on changing bandages, etc. But it is getting better. So hopefully, fingers crossed, next Tuesday afternoon he's getting his stitches out. So big thumbs up for Coco. I'm sure it'll go well for him. And the other news is Radio Devon next week. This show, John Akers, Radio Devon, starts at 6 o'clock. I'm going on live at 6:15 to have a chat about the whole Radiocruncher story, how I started and all the rest of it, a little bit about me. So that should be interesting to be on the radio. I have been on the radio once before on Radio Devon, but that was a guy called, I think it was John Fitzgerald. He used to do a quiz, and I rang in and got on the quiz one day. I think I scored something like 21 points, which apparently wasn't too bad, but not enough to win. So I'll copy that in the chat. And if you want to listen along, or you can actually go back into that, you can rewind that, and you can rewind it, you can go into it at a later date. I'll pin that up on the top for you, that, so it doesn't disappear. You've got it showing up on Tuesday, February the 10th. That's correct. Yeah, that is the right date. I have got the right one, am I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is the 10th the 2nd. It doesn't say what's actually on that day, so I think they're going to ring me just before 6 in the morning to have a chat, talk about what they want to do, and then we're on live at 6:15. Thank you, Rob. I'm not sure why alerts aren't coming up in my yeah, alerts are inactive according to this. No, that's beer. What alerts? Should work, but there you go. Jim, how are you doing, mate? 11:15 the night before there, Joe. Alright. What can we repair? Les. I'd make a great radio presenter. There you go, Les. I'm going on BBC Radio Devon, mate. Tuesday morning, 6:15. Spread the word. I might give the Radio Club a mention. In fact, I probably will give the Radio Club a mention, Les. You've got a good face for radio, Tim, have you? Have we seen your face on camera, Tim, on your show? I can't remember seeing it, to be fair. I think channels do improve once they can put a face to the voice, if you know what I mean. Are my speakers on? Yeah, my speakers are on. The speakers, it's not great. It's built into the screen. You've seen Tim in concert, Joe, have you? In one video you show your face. You've seen Tim's feet. Yeah. Right, anyway, let's crack on. We've done the bits, so I think I will go with more of a format and maybe try and get some different overlays going. I don't know, whatever you think. So, on the bench here, I have got Vincent's Pro 80 and my Pro 80, and I've got the old Curve Bug linked up. There's a reason for that, because this set now works on FM. It didn't, but we fixed it. If you remember, there was an open circuit coil, there's lots of issues, and we tweaked the coil, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, it works. But it doesn't work on AM. This one works on AM but not FM, so I thought we could have a comparison of the two. So to do that, I've got the old I keep calling it Doodle Bug, but it's the Curve Bug, isn't it? So I'm going to pop you up a couple of screens now. Now how do I get that? I think it's maybe that. No, that's not that one. I did a cracking side by side earlier, and it was working perfect, but it's not doing it now. Anyway, I just have to do it manually. So you'll lose me for a minute, but hopefully the audio will still be there. So let's switch to the screen. So this IC is where everything comes out of radio-wise. I believe it does the IF and potentially the RF. It does FM and AM all on one IC. And over here we've got our L15 FM detector. Now this is where the problem lies. With Vincent's set, not with my set, because my set, if you remember, when we took this one out, I repaired one of the wires, put it back in, and it's sorted. So if we zoom in a little bit, you can see there's only one coil in it, and that is across this resistor here, R60, which is a 15k resistor. So with the resistor and this coil in parallel, we should get a lot lower reading than 15k. But what I wanted to do was have a look using the Curve Bug around this area just to see what differences there are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Curve Bug on these pins one at a time. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to do it. So I've got one. Let's have a look. We'll go with black. The black probe is my set. Okay. And the red probe is Vincent's set. So we're going to go on first on pin 1. Sorry, pin 10 there. So you can see we've got like a weird curvy thing going up there. Let's just get the probe. So that's mine, and this is Vincent's. So you can see I've got my microphone in the way there, really. They're pretty much both the same, aren't they? If I can get it on the pin. They're pretty much identical. Pin 2, identical. Pin 3, identical. Pin 4, or in this case is pin 7. So now we've got a difference, look. So you can see the red one, which is Vincent's set, has got a curve going on, where mine is just straight up. So that's almost showing like a diode against a resistor. So that's definitely not right. But bearing in mind, the one with the black probe is the one that's working correctly. So there's definitely a difference there. So the next one, that was pin, what are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That was pin 7. So go into pin 6. Similar situation there, pin 6 on mine. They're identical. The next pin, identical. Next pin, the same. Next one, same. So there's definitely an issue on, I believe it's that pin, wasn't it? Yeah, that pin there. No, pin 4. That one. So that's pin 7. So there's definitely an issue there, whereas the good set is working properly and the bad set is showing some sort of diode. That could be a problem with the IC. That's highly unlikely. So we go over this way. It's the pin below number 78. So it's 78. So it's this pin here that goes through this resistor. It jumps back through onto pin 86. So this is the pin here. It goes through this resistor and then into pin 86. And if you look at point 86, where is point 86? 86 is here. So that's indicating that there's a problem potentially with this coil. Okay. So let me probe R60 then. Now I think this is the same on both sets. I don't think there's a difference here, but I'll show you a difference in a minute. So let's probe R60, which is the middle one there. This one. So that's one side, and it's exactly the same on the working set. And we have got a different setup. So we've definitely got a difference. One is showing that diode-y thing again, and the other one is showing a resistor. Let's go the other side of the resistor. Again, totally different. Totally different. So what a useful tool that is. That is a hell of a useful tool. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Really pleased. A dead straight vertical line means it's short. It's not quite dead straight, Baz. It's and I've got it. It depends what mode it's on. It's in the strong mode at the moment. So let's now go across that resistor with a multimeter. You can tell I've already done this, so let me just unplug that a minute. I'm not going to mess about with this much more, but there's a similar situation on the other side. So let me go across the resistor on mine to start with. So this is well, it says bummer IO error. That's because I've unplugged it. So just for clarification, just share that screen. So I'm going, apologies for the multi-screen shot thing going on here. So I'm going to put the probes across this resistor here, the R60 15K. Yeah. So firstly on mine. So it's reading 1.07 ohms. So you think, well, it's a 15K. Well, it's in series with a coil, so it's pretty much a short circuit, which is what that is. Now if we try on the other set that's not working, you can't see it. So I get in that way. There's our 15K, which means that that coil is open circuit. So it's quite good that it was able to spot it with the curve bug. And as I say, there's a similar story on the other side of the IC, on this side, which shows pretty much that this coil here may be open. You can't really check that very well unless you remove there's a capacitor on the back side. You need to take the capacitor out in order to be able to measure the coil. So yeah, there you are. That is the problem with Vincent's set. All done using the Wave Tech Museum's curve bug. Clever little bit of kit, that, isn't it? It's really interesting probing through the set, seeing how well this performs, and it is pretty much identical on most of the circuits, apart from where there's a problem, and then it changes. So immediately you think, okay, that is where the problem is, and sure enough, it is. So there you go. I can't get them mixed up because I've got serial numbers on the bottom, so I know which one's which. But yeah, this is Vincent's set, this is my set. So Vincent's set, we need to pop that one out at some stage and try and repair it. If not, I'm going to have to try and somehow replace it, but that's really difficult because these aren't available and it needs to be the correct value. I don't know, I'd need to take another one out potentially to measure it to find out how many microhenries it is, and then there's all sorts of things like Q in that come into the equation. So let me put these out of the way a minute. So that's a big improvement if Vincent's watching. I know Vincent subscribes and watches from time to time. Definitely coil is open, yeah, for sure. So Baz was correct there. It is an open circuit coil. FM does work on the set, but it's 200 kilohertz out. I've already found in the past that coil is the issue. Right. One other thing. The Helmsman. Can you remember we did the Helmsman for John? I had it working here for quite some time. Had it on the power supply, not on batteries, but nonetheless it was working. Did a couple videos on it working. All good. Sent it off to John. Dead chuffed. All working. Then after about half an hour it gradually fizzled out and died. Nothing at all. No output at all. Now I thought the usual things like the 5-pin plug being a problem, the headphone socket, I don't know if there's a tape socket on that sort of thing. John tested all that, no difference. So the only thing we think it can be is the audio amp going into like thermal overload. It's difficult because John hasn't got sort of test equipment that you'd need to check all that sort of thing out with. So I've got him to just send me the amp just so as I can go over it. Now there is things wrong with it, but not a lot. Being it had already been recapped, I did nothing at all to the amplifier when it was here. I just left it exactly as is, which is probably not a great idea. So let's go to the overhead camera. Let's zoom you in a bit. So this is the amp. This is the amp. Let's get that light a bit better. Is that better? Better. That's better. Maybe put the lamp on there. Okay. So you can see I've got a couple resistors popped on top there. Well, that's only just so as I don't forget them. So those are 150 ohms, those resistors. These. And I've taken these two out. Now these are in the final output station. Now there's a weird thing going on here, because in the circuit it shows 4 resistors in this area. Can you see we've got R7 and R8, which I've just taken out. Can you see we've got an R11 and an R12 in there as well? So all they've done with those is they've just bridged them out. And on the schematic it shows them as being resistors still, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Obviously when you measure these in circuit they read something like 2-3 ohms, something like that, because they're in series or in parallel with these things here, I think, or series, I'm not sure. I'd have to have a look on the underside again. So that's the underside. You can see where I've taken them out of. Our 2 bridges are in here. So you don't really communicate with these, but anyway, the point I'm getting at is they are out. Not a massive amount, but it might be enough. I don't know. So if we check the new ones, just use this for simplicity at the moment. It's in capacitor mode. It's all over the shop, isn't it? What's going on there? Just because I've not got a decent connection. So 147 ohms, yeah, which is 150. That's close enough. Now look at the ones I took out. This is the first one. Wow, 163. Not that bad. $171, so they're out of balance for one, and they have gone a little bit high, 20 ohms high in the case of that one, 21 ohms high. And it's a similar story with the other ones. These creamy coloured ones are all quite a bit out of spec. I mean, it might not be that. You know, we could have a dodgy transistor. We could have a dodgy transistor. We could have a dodgy output transistor. We could have a mismatch on these two causing problems. There's all sorts of things it could be. So what I've got to do is basically replace those resistors. The green ones are fine. They're in spec. They're painted with a little gold band. So whether gold is a better spec, I think, is that 10% and silver's 20%, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And this one in here is slightly out as well, this little carbon one. What I warn you though is these type of resistors, these are carbon compound, not carbon composite. Yeah, carbon composite. They're not carbon film. These are no longer available. They're unobtainium. Now I bought quite a lot of these back along, spent a lot of money and bought quite a few, but they're not available anymore. So anybody's got any stock of those they want to get rid of, then let me know. Yeah, I've checked all of the suppliers and they're all discontinued. I don't know whether that would be enough to throw the amp out, but there's something in there. You know, the outputs, I can't remember what they are on these. But if you look at the schematic and the layout on it, it definitely shows 4 resistors. Look, so it shows R11 and R12, and it shows R7 and R8. If you look at the schematics, if I can find the right one, it shows R12 as 2.2 and R11 as 2.2, and R7 is 150, and R8, wherever it is, R8 is 150. So those are certainly out of whack, which is going to affect this and this. So thank you, Rob. So definitely that's an issue. Of course, the other thing that could be out, someone could have twiddled these RV2 and RV1 up here. They could have been twiddled. One's a midpoint voltage and one's a quiescent current. I didn't check that. There was no need. It was working perfect, but clearly now I'm going to have to. So I need to rig all that up, change those resistors, and just check it. Maybe use a hot air gun on it just to increase the temperature of them, see if that makes it go haywire. So yeah, another little job that's bounced back. So I'm hoping it is that. If not, I've got to have the whole set back. So there you are. That's the other thing that's come in for repair. I've also had these arrive now. Can you remember the radiogram that we did? That lovely little dance set for a chap at work? Well, these have come in now. I asked him if he wanted to renew these. I certainly recommended it because they were in pieces. So look at these. That's going to transform the look of it, isn't it? That's going to really make it look 100%. So they weren't cheap. I think they were about something like 14 quid posted, but you know, I could probably have printed them myself. When I seen them, I thought I could have done that because I've got some gold paper because I recreated the dial for the other one, didn't I? But what I didn't have was an original to copy. Cheers, Rob. Should you check your resistors if it's working? No, mate. Don't mess with it. Do not mess. Yeah, they are just metal straps, Baz. They literally are just metal straps. Oh, gold is 5%, is it? Steve, how you doing, mate? They should be. And what I need to do is see if I can find one of my radios to compare it with. But I've got radios all over the place at the moment. I've got some in storage, some in the loft, and I haven't got a Helmsman to hand. So I need to go up to the storage unit in the week and see if I can pick one up. But to be fair, I can test that into a dummy load. I can even hook it up with a Sovereign 2 probably. It's the same pin out on the 5-pin plug, same speaker connections. So could do that. Anyway, cheers everybody. I've done a couple videos on the past, Anthony, on the Helmsman, so I'm going to need to look back through the pictures of those, really. Right, the main event then is our cassette player from last week, and you can see we now have the belts in from DECTAC. So we pretty much worked out it was a 40mm and a 50mm. The 40mm needs to be a slightly lesser cross section than 1mm really. It was about 0.8, but I'm hoping it won't make much difference. So we've got to get those in. We've got loads of wires that broke off, and I've got to try and remember now where they all went, because loads of them have broken off. I think we've been through and had a look at most of this. Another thing I was going to add to my live stream list was having a look at one of the YouTube channels, a recommended YouTube channel each week. Because every so often a channel will pop up on my, like, not on my favourites, but you know, on the home screen you'll see a video will pop up that you've not seen before, so you click on that, and I have got one for you today actually, so we'll do that after we've had a look at this. Okay, so I think all the lubrication and that on this was fine. It all looks nice and fresh actually. I really don't think this set has seen a lot of action at all. I really don't think it has. And what I will do before we put it all back together is I'm going to pop the lid off, and we'll go in and clean the pinch rollers and the playback head, but it doesn't look like it's got any wear on it whatsoever. So let's get these belts on then. So we need to put the big belt on first, because that's the lower one. And hopefully I've got some pictures somewhere of how it went, because I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. I can remember where this one goes. That just goes from there to there. That one's easy, but this one I think went around, down and back around. So I need to go and get my phone a minute. And we will put the first belt on. So it'd be useful for Deck Tech if I just message them if these belts do work, and tell them that these are the belts they need for this model, because they don't list it at all. It'll help other people in the future, I'm sure. So as I say, this one is the 60mm one, the big boy. So bear with me, I'm going to go down and get my phone a minute and find the photos. Martin, how you doing, mate? Right, be back in a sec. Right, okay, back again. Let's oh, Bob sent me a picture. Oh, the picture didn't come through, Bob. Oh, it did. Yes, it did. Nice. Whoa, that's a smart looking bit of kit. Flipping heck, Bob. There's Bob's. Oh, let's go to the main camera. There's Bob's spectrum analyzer. What about that? Very nice, Bob. Have they got any more? Have they got a job lot? Are they clearing out somewhere? That'd be very nice. You blew up your coffee grinder. Okay, right, let's find my pictures. Thanks for sending that, Bob. Really smart. Gallery. I've got a new logo for the channel as well. A logo, which I'll be rolling out at some stage. Right, what am I looking for? The belt configuration. Okay, yeah, so it goes around the big one. It just touches that one and then goes around the bottom. Okay. So it goes around this one. Make sure we're on the pulley. The pulley's above the gears. Around that one. In under that one. And then up around this one. And get it down there. Come on. You're so naughty. Don't do this to me. There's a massive great blob of solder there that's stopping that going in properly. In fact, there's lots of stuff stopping that going in properly. Oh, it was in then. I had it. Maybe we've got to release that one then. Get this one in first. Problem is this bar's in the way here. Bar's in the way also. That sticky out bit of battery terminal's in the way. Come on. Get in there. Are we in there? Are we there yet? Yes, we are. That's got a good bit of tension. Nice. That's that one done. Not the easiest thing, is it? A newer ham radio. Elmer, how are you doing, mate? On the air in the morning from stateside. Nice. It's on eBay, but I actually bought it direct as I was able to get it for much less money from a reputable company. Whoa! Have they got any more, Bob? Have you got any more, mate? Send me the links. Be nice to have a play with a spectrum analyzer. Wow, I think that's bang on the right size. Got a good bit of tension, not too much. Look at that. Woohoo! Rebelted. Right, let's see if we can get this door off and clean the heads and that then. Be careful here because we don't want to break the little pins, so it looks like we just pop that off there. Off. Or do we pop that one in? Maybe. It must pop out, but I don't want to. We do not want to break that off. It's a bit risky. It is a bit risky. There she blows. Right, now we're in. Now we're in there. So the head is absolutely pristine, but the pinch rollers are a little bit mucky. So let's rain Boots baby cotton buds on it. Lots of hams out there today, is there? Just give the tape path a clean, see what these pinch rollers are like. Nice and soft still. Pardon me. As I say, it has got auto reverse, so we've got 2 pinch rollers and 2 capstans. Will we ever get the will we ever get the door back on though? Still couldn't find any service info on this thing at all, so we're sort of like winging it a little bit. Absolutely nothing on the capstan, so it's a little bit of muck came off of that one, not a lot. I'll have a closer look with the old specs on in a minute, just to have a... You need to do this so as the tape doesn't jam, slip. This is probably more important than cleaning the heads, is cleaning the pinch rollers. Right, let me have a little look through the old magnifying goggles. Link in the description for these. Okay, a little bit patchy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a flat, if I can find them. Use one of these. These are great for cleaning pinch rollers. I just got these on eBay. So I'm just soaking them in the alcohol. The beauty of these is they're flat and you don't get any cotton fluff on the pinch roller. Still a little bit coming off. is a little bit easier to clean these when it's running, but as I say, they're not particularly dirty, so that will do. Got a little bit more off of that. Same with this one really. There we are. I'd say pinch roller, or the capstans are absolutely spotless. Now, where's me zappy zapper? I'm looking for my head demagnetizer. I can't see anything with that light on there. Let me just turn that off a minute. There it is. So we'll go with the demagnetizer as well. I don't think it's necessary, but you know, we're going to give it the works. It's Chris's. So we want to make sure we're sorted. I'm going to plug this, just plug this temporarily into that one. So the idea with this is that we come in very, very gently. We sneak up on it, really. And we need to just go around all the bits that come in contact with the tape. Just make sure they're not magnetized in any way, especially the head. Tape guides. Capstans. You do the pinch roller carriages as well. It's all quiet, isn't it? And gradually make our way out. And unplug. Demagnetized. Simple as that. Easy. Right. I wonder if we're going to be able to get to that screw with that lid on. Probably are, actually. So I can safely put this lid back on if I can ever get it back on now. Bit scary. So we can get this lid back on. Then we've got to try and work out where all the hell all these wires go. Like unceremoniously yanked out. It's one in. Yes, oh, you beauty. Whew. It's a relief. Loads of wires off. Virtually every bloody wire off here. dirty thing's got to go in here. Yes. Cool. Door doesn't seem to have any spring on it, which I can't really understand. I don't think we took any springs off. Right. Now this is where we need to, this is where I needed to rewind last week's video really. How are we all doing anyway? Let's catch up. Yeah, no worries. Just catch up with the chat. Oh, jumped up. Catch you soon, Tom and Susie. Cheers for popping in. Right. Screws. Which ones went where? How many have we got then? Let's have a look. That might give us a clue. I think these three there were the outer case screws. 1, 2, 3. Should be 4. Can only see 3, unless one was smaller. Yeah, potentially one is smaller. And we've got 2 of those and 2 of those. So those 2 there are into plastic, which has got to be that one. And that one. Somewhere is my super duper screwdriver. There he is. The only thing with this, I'm not going to be able to get at the speed control, am I? Unless there's a hole in here somewhere. just don't understand why there's no spring there. There's a spring there, but that's for the cassette. Oh well, there just isn't. Right, so we've got two more screws. I think this one is the one that goes in the middle. This is a flat one. Or is that one the one? No, this one probably goes in here. Then this one goes in the middle, I think. I'm not sure if that's the right way around. Let me check my photos again. No room for it. Tim, get yourself a storage unit, mate. That'll sort it right out. It did it for me. Okay. Looks like all the photos I took were with the screws actually out. That was clever, wasn't it? I think that one and that one are wrong. Because the flat-headed one is for the ground. Gosh, shakes again. No, no, I don't think that needs to be that long, that one. This one in the centre's got a big brass ferrule that goes down, and this one you can clearly see where the screw heads overlap the hole, so this one definitely goes in there. Final answer. And this one. Right, sort these out first. So it's red, yellow and black. Let's get some forceps to grab it with, so we don't yank it off the board. Nope, smaller than that. Must be 0.6. Yeah, I would have thought there had been a hole to oh, we can do the we can do the azimuth and that from there, look. Ideal. Well, not the azimuth, the tape speed. I'm not sure why we've got two though, unless one is forward and one is reverse. Yeah, not sure. Anyway. Let's get soldering. red. Yellow. What's that there? What's a resistor? Let's use the bigger tweezers. Right, red, yellow, black, done. They're fine. Yeah, I'm not sure why I've got two there. Doesn't, obviously nothing's marked anywhere. It's marked R5. Oh, that says speed on that one. And that says MPX. Ah, okay, so that's a stereo one. And that's the speed one. Okay. Whew. That's good. Right, next wires. Right, this one goes there. Where's my little bit of solder? Where's my bit of solder gone? I got the shakes today. Those two done. They're okay. That was alright. Greenie's alright. White's alright. Yellow and two reds and a blue. So the yellow goes to that pad there. Flux on that. Okay, that's the yellow. And the reds, oh, hang on, the blue next. Blue goes onto that one. How are we all doing? How are we? Are you enjoying it, or are you? Is it tumbleweed time? Positive I've missed anything in the chat. I'll catch up in a minute. There we go. And the last two, both reds, go on that last bit there. Careful not to pull this one because it sort of interfere with the belts. And then we'll have all sorts of wowy and fluttery things going on. So that one. It's like being a surgeon, isn't it, really? So 2 into 1 we've got to get to go now. Always great fun. Too small to twist them together. Done. Right, now we've got to dress the wires. So they sit flat on the board. Otherwise the back won't go on. Clearly that one's got to go underneath there. Right, next we've got all these wires here. I think they go on this bit. And this is the like little graphic, not graphic equalizer. Yeah, bass, mid, and treble. So we've definitely got a picture of that. Very nice picture. Oh, pretty. Just wish it wouldn't keep turning off all the time. Right. Let's just put some flux, some flux even down here. So first one is black. And it's in order pretty much. Brown. These are tiny wires. Oh, you swine. Red. Oh, hang on, is that the red though? This screensaver's a pain on the phone, isn't it? When you want it to go. Wrong pad, you see. Jumped onto the wrong one. You on this one, boy. Thank you. There we are. Right, okay. So we've got some other tape to put on here at some stage, but for testing and that, we shouldn't need to worry about that. Let's make sure we're not catching on anything. Let's move that one there out of the way a little bit. That looks like a good one. Okay. We are back together. You got a radio now on the way, Martin, have you? I'm checking on you lot now. Are you still awake? Right, let's get this thing off my head because it's making my head go all crinkly and very hot. Right, so this is 3 volts. 3 voltas. I really can't understand why that's flopping about in the breeze like that. It can't be right. Let me just put a tape in. Oh, okay. It does sort of lock in when you've got tape in there. Okay. So the tape locks it in, which is very strange. Let's get some power on it. So I have to use these. Once again, they're all tangled up. We've got 3 volts, we've got 12 on that. Incidentally, I've got a massive batteries arriving today because I've got them right out of AAA's and AAA's and AA's. I'm going to get onto those then. Green is positive, yellow is negative. Will it still work? Drum roll. Turn the current limit down in case something's shorted. You never know. It's had major surgery. Not drawn any current so far. Let's see. Not drawing any power at all. That's good. Yeah, nice. Properly fix that, look. Before I suss out what's wrong with that, I'm going loo, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, back. Right, now, what's up with this then? I've got a sneaking suspicion that is there some sort of contact in there that breaks when you push something in? Do we need something switched on here? Where's the little bit of plastic that goes on top? So, radio's that way. Volume is there. FM. So why are we drawing no power? Because we need headphones or something plugged into it, don't we, to monitor it. What am I missing here? Something dropped off. What am I missing here? Everything is connected as far as I can see. Let's try pretending there's a battery in here. So green is the positive. I think this is the problem. It's the battery terminals. No, still nothing. What? Because the other thing is we could have a dodgy lead, couldn't we? Okay. We've got another wire off somewhere, have we? What's that brown wire down in there? I can see a brown wire down here. I think that's connected across. Yeah, that's connected across. They're all on. They're all on. What am I missing? Anybody got any ideas? Yeah, they do. But they're ganged together, both of these, I think, aren't they? No, they can't be, because that would be... Yeah. But pretty much we've got two prongs here for power supply, you see, so you can put positive there and negative there, and that should run the set. Let's try it with two batteries then. Let's go old school on it. Clearly it doesn't like my power supply. Right, now we have light. So yeah, it's just how I'm hooking it up for some reason. I would have thought it would work like that though, but obviously it doesn't. Let's get some headphones plugged in, or should I plug my auxiliary? Let's plug the hi-fi in. Let's plug Uncle Hi-Fi into it. And we need to work out which one's which here. So, FM stereo. It's there. We're in radio, so that's...
Titan, the second movement from Mahler's Symphony No. 1 with the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra.
So the lead is acting as a an aerial.
It has been a joy to spend the afternoon with you. Thank you very much. Do stay right here though, as Stephen Mangan is on next. Christy is waiting. We're at the door. That's the van. Jonathan. Thank you very much indeed.
The Kia the all-electric family SUV.
Out of luck. It's £1 million. I'd love £1 million. Sweet.
Thanks for you and the official chart first look. Who will
Here. People still don't get what we do. Basically, people you can trust. Type in what you're after, your postcode.
Man.
I think the alignment is slightly off on the FM oscillator. Which one is bloody FM? That's the trouble. Nope. It's that one, right? Okay, so I mean, the other thing is this lemon thing here is not. This isn't really accurate, to be fair. This dial, I mean, it's a little bit of thin plastic that moves all over the place. It's all like bent that way. But really, we should have radio 2 there. So let's see if I can get that into radio 2. That's better.
During more than 50 minutes.
God, your skin's so clear. Not covered.
Come on, quick!
Wait, what?
The mini sale event. Keep up. The mini sale event.
Radio 1 should be there, really.
Direct.
Yeah, that's better.
No, it's just a... Day park in the
Okay.
£1,000.
All the way to my cousin in Glasgow.
To have a whole box of soft dimensional dates for just Jamie Bartlett as the hunt for the missing crypto queen continues. Listen first on BBC Sounds.
We've got a bit of news coming on now, so we can have a play with the...
BBC News at 4 o'clock. The Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, has resigned after facing mounting pressure in recent days. In a statement, Mr McSweeney said he took full responsibility for advice he gave Sir Keir Starmer, which led to the appointment of Lord Mandelson as British Ambassador to the UN.
Right, let's try... we won't put infectious grooves in it. What can we put in it? Shall we be brave and put in Lord Farticule, Lord Montague? It's risky, I know, but you know, I'm confident it's going to work. It's turning.
This is a show sound guide for motorists, and we hope you'll find that it makes your touring more interesting. This tour of Christchurch in the New Forest is some 60 miles long, and can be driven
She sounds good.
in about 4 hours, with time off for visiting interesting places like Bewley Abbey and Butler's Hard. You'll be listening to 4 voices, those of Lord Montague of Bewley, Arthur Cadman, Deputy Surveyor of the New Forest, Gordon Glover, and mine, George Barker.
So I need to turn this on
The first side of the
to
tape
flat.
Second with Bewley Abbey.
Here in the car we're looking at the south side, and it's less interesting than the north side of Christchurch Priory. And this is the longest parish church in England, 311 feet, and architecturally it's one of the richest. 5 centuries of church building are represented here from Norman to Tudor, and its name, literally the Church of Christ, is dramatically derived from a legend of the mysterious long-ago member of the building force, who took neither meals nor pay with his fellows. It was found one night that a roof timber was cut a foot too short, but in the morning it was not only the right length, but in the right place. The workman was never seen again, and surely, said the builders, it was the carpenter of Nazareth. And so the place, once known as Twynham, became Christchurch. You can see the miraculous beam for yourself. It's on the arch at the south side of the ambulatory at the end of the Lady Chapel.
Let's try auto reverse.
Now,
time. Ahead of you is the village of Burn Street. Turn right into it and right again out of it.
Fast forward. Rewind.
It's a commentary designed to answer the oft-repeated questions, where shall we go today? And I wonder where that road leads to. And now on behalf of my fellow speakers, Lord Montague of Bewley, Arthur Cadman and Gordon Glover, I wish you goodbye and pleasant and safe motoring.
Wow.
at this moment, we can see...
It's gone the wrong way, maybe. It's trying to get the tape back to the start. It's working well. You love that, Joe, don't you? Thanks, Alex. It's not got auto stop on it, but auto reverse is working. Fast forward, rewind. Absolutely bang on. Great stuff. Right. What we need to try and do now then is hook it up to the oscilloscope and have a look at some waveforms. Let's have a look at the speed on the old Woe and Flutterer. anyone didn't know, that was the tape that we were playing. My face seems a bit dark, doesn't it? Why is that? I'm sure I've got more tapes of that, you know. Sure, I've got more tapes. I'm sure I picked up another one. Greetings. It is working, Chris. Did you nip off, did you, for a minute? I can't really understand why it's not working. So clearly it's wired there, then it must jump back round with another wire and join on that one. Or no, join down to there and then back to there. But you know, being we've got external connections here, look, a positive and a negative, you think pushing terminals in there it would work. I don't know. It's difficult to try and align it with batteries, that's the only thing, because you can never guarantee the voltage. It should be probably tuned up at bang on 3 volts. Let's get the woe and flutterer up then. Let's see if I can't hook this up. I cannot find my proper lead that I use for this, so I've had to get a sort of compromise lead. Let's get the woe and flutterer up and let's have a look just to see what we've got woe and flutter wise, and whether we've got any drift, if you get my drift. So let's plug him in. The woe and flutterer. So we've got a phono lead on the back of this. So it only does one channel, but we can plug it in and check both channels, I suppose. Go in there. And we need our test tape next, so I've prepared a basket of tapes. Some of my cassette tape collection. In amongst that, there's some test tapes. Now, I did have a proper, really good recorded one. I'm sure it was on one of these Maxell UDI or UD2s, but I don't know. Reggae. Sounds of Africa. Robson and Jerome. Oh, we've got to play that. I know there's loads of Robson and Jerome fans out there, aren't there? I know you're desperate for that. You'll have to be patient. You have to be patient for Robson and Jerome. But I know that you're desperate to hear it, so I will obviously do that for you. I'm that kind of person, you know. We could hear a bit of Dave Lee Travis. Is he still in favour, or is he a bad boy? I can't remember now. He's obviously done some things, I think. So I've got my test tapes there. Lots of test tapes. Let's zoom you in a bit. I did have one that I bought, a test tape. Don't know what's happened to it. It had much higher levels on it, but I'm sure that Rich told me when he let me have the woe and flutter that I'm better off using a proper tape from a manufacturer. My records, Queen, Dixon's, Elkie Brooks, Frankie Valli. Oh wow! But I know you just all you want is Robson and Jerome. I know. Oh well. I'll have to take one for the team and play him, won't I? Yeah, I've got drawers full of tapes downstairs, so probably the one I'm looking for is no doubt down there. Woe and flutter bingo. Jeer, how you doing, mate? 0.17 is your guess, is it? Right. 8 kilohertz, 50 hertz. So for this one, we want I don't know if we want 3.15 kilohertz. No, if we got that, this is the tape I normally use. 3150 is the first 50 seconds of side 1 by the looks of it. So let's rewind that. So we need to be in the forward position. Let's rewind that. Right, we are in the on position, aren't we? Would help if it was turned on, wouldn't it? Okay. Well, the speed, to be fair, looks pretty good. And the whirl and flutter, I'm on the 1% scale, so it's 0.4. So 0.3 will be off the end, won't it? Yeah. So to be fair, that's actually not bad. That's actually not too bad, is it? For oh, that's me moving it then. That's me messing with the leads. Oh, unless that is like mentally off like that. Surely it can't be that far off, can it? Ah, there we are. That's me touching the leads. It ain't great, is it? So it's about it's varying. It's around about 0.8. I can't hear what it's actually on. That's the only thing. I can't hear what tone we're on, if you know what I mean. I probably could if I stuck the thingamajigger on. That sounds like 2. Is that the right tone? I mean, we should be on 3.15 kilohertz. That's more like it. Is it though? So if that's the case, it's miles out of sync as far as drift is concerned. It's probably gone on to another track now. see, according to that, the speed is way off. Just tweaking the speed control now to try and get it. That's more like it. So the speed was off by a little bit, wasn't it? Now we're on a different track now. That's pretty good. I'm gonna leave it at that 0.4, and we're all bang on speed wise now, according to this anyway. Let's pull that out then. Let's turn that off. That one can come off the bench now. Let's see if we can hook the oscilloscope up. See if we can hook the oscilloscope up to it. What do you think? What's din? What's dingier? It's good enough for one of these. We're not talking, you know, we've not got a hi-fi cassette deck here. We've just got a little portable stereo that's actually running on batteries at the moment. So let me see if I can hook it up to the scope and have a look. Okay. So hopefully this'll see the tone. Oh, you can't see the scope, can you? Be useful, wouldn't it? Now, what light is on that? Also, light over there. So when that tone hits, it should come up there, hopefully. Because it plays just a blank bit and then a bit of speech, and then it should go into the tone then. To say the first tone should be 3150 Hertz. Come on, surely it's going to play by now. Unless we've got loads of noise. I mean, this is a rubbish lead, to be fair. We've got a much better one than this. That should be playing by now. I'm saying 50 Hertz though. No, have I not got this scope set properly for this? You should be able to measure this. Well, we get something. Okay. So this is the 315. Is that azimuth? No, azimuth is 6.3, isn't it? Horizontal. I want vertical back. How do I get vertical back? That's 315 is finished. Now we've got 10 kilohertz. Yeah. So certainly one side's performing better than the other by the looks of it. One channel, unless it's the lead. I need to get it back to 3.1. I can't understand why it didn't display 3.150 hertz. See if this will pull it in now. It says talking and rubbish to start with. Ah, there we are. So you can see the whoa and flutter, and I mean it's an old bit of kit. It's not exactly the right belts. They're pretty much in phase though, aren't they? Maybe a fraction off. Now which one is used to test the azimuth then? So let's have a look. So according to DIN 10 kilohertz is to be used for azimuth alignment, allegedly. A574RZ, stars above. I've lost my earth ground. Kim, how you doing, mate? Have you tried the DM40C multimeter? The DM40C multimeter. I mean, this multimeter here has got frequency on it, but I've never used it for that. Trying to see when we get to the 10 hertz, we can have a little play. There's no little hole to adjust the azimuth though, which is a bit annoying. What frequency are we on there? That's our 315. .315 is a reference level for Dolby control. Okay, so this is the azimuth one. So let me see if it's possible to load this tape in. Yes, it is. All right. So we need to have a little play with the azimuth adjustment. So it's one of these two. Not that one, this one maybe? That's in forward. So that's that one. So we turn it over, play it in reverse. This is the one for the other side. Oh. Don't tell me you've just gone past it. Right. Now, has it got to be in between like that, or peak to peak the same? Is it got to be like that? Oh, it's done it again. Have the waveforms got to be yeah, so I don't know whether these waveforms have got to be lined up here or they've got to be inside each other, if you know what I mean. Let's try another tape. Let's try a dedicated azimuth tape. This is very, very fancy. It's a solid metal, really heavy tape, this one. Let's see what this one goes like. Let's go back to that way. Bit poorly, isn't it, that tape? Well, there's a hell of a lot of noise on it for some reason. Okay. Get it into the sort of like the middle of the tape and then try it, really. It is auto reverse. Okay, that's better. So what I'm saying is, if I zoom you in a bit closer, should they be sat inside each other like that? You can see this tape's better because they are just hit the auto button and get them a bit better. Yeah, should they be sat inside each other like that? Or should they be peak to peak like that? I think they've got to be sat inside each other like that, haven't they? Yeah. Yeah, it is off the it's on the blue one at the moment. So if I stop this, flip the tape, flip the direction, then do, is it this side? This one too. Slightly off. Let's just try and bring that in. That's pretty much lined up there. So that was correct, yeah? So that's azimuth. We've done speed, so in theory now it should play music very nicely, shouldn't it? So let's get Robson and Jerome out for you, because I know that is what you're after. You can't fool me. Let's get Robson and Jerome. Now this clearly I'm going to have to delete this. I'm clearly going to have to delete this. You know, we need to see, don't we? We need to see what it's going to play Robson and Jerome like. Switch in filter limit bandwidth for audio. Mute. Yes, you're having it. Look at those orange boys. As seen on Soldier. Come on, you can't tell me that you're not all closet Robson and Jerome fans. I know you don't want to admit it, but you know, sometimes you've got to take one for the team, and I'm doing this for you lot, not me. This is for you lot. So we need to hear some audio. I mean, what else would we put through it? Look at those two. Mute. Oh, love it. Can't beat a bit of Robson and Jerome. What's the matter with you lot? partially wound, if you know what I mean. Just giving the knobs a bit of a clean. So let's shut that down. Let's turn the power supply off. We don't need that on. Hi-Fi off. Let's put this bad boy back together. So there you go, Chris. I'm sure you'll be able to have hours of fun with that, mate. Now, there was some tape on this, wasn't there? Clearly there's a bit there. It's got to go back on. I did take some pictures of where the tape went, so let's get that sorted. If I can find my phone. Has that dropped on the floor? It usually does. No. I'm probably looking right at it. But I've got lots of stuff everywhere now. So if I start clearing up, I'll come across it, I'm sure. Usually what happens. Yeah, you got a nice little personal cassette there, Chris. Dust in there, let's get that out. That needs some rewinding as well. I've got a mirror cassette as well. These are rare as hen's teeth. It cost £25.55 back in the day. That would have probably been in the 70s. Late 70s, early 80s. Unobtainium now, I suspect. Always on the lookout for any test tapes. If anyone's got any knocking about they don't want. I'm going to leave that out because we're going to test it with that. Right, so the phone still hasn't come to hand. What have we done with that then? I definitely brought it up. That's propped right up there, look, right in front of my face. Right, I'm going to nip to the loo a minute. I'll be back in a sec, and then we'll get this thing back together. Right, hopefully you haven't all gone back to sleep. I now have the phone, the telephone. Let's have a look at the pictures then. Well, the tape is pretty much where it was. Yeah, just 3 bits. Not sticking very well though, is it? So put some fresh tape over the top of that. Now we want to put some new tape on altogether. That bit's alright. Well, that bit's sort of alright. I will put another piece over the top of that one. It's not really stuck to the board as such. And the same with that one. Right, the last few screws. Yeah, you can do, Rob, if you want to. A plusogram. Plusogram, Aaron. Now, Cassette lets you watch the tape path. So you put it in the tape deck, and you can actually see the path the tape is taking through the set. So it gives you a window into how the set is actually working. Well, the deck. Where's that third screw gone? We have a screw loose. Or did we, how many is that? 1, 2. Hang on. That one is wrong, because that one goes through the outside. So that one is in the middle. Interesting. Right. There is a screw missing on the bench here somewhere though. That fits better. Right, so that one goes into a metal fit in there. That's better. Now, where's the other screw gone? Always one, isn't there? Always one. Rolled away somewhere. It was definitely here just now for sure. Maybe I've drunk it. Has it dropped on the floor into the abyss? Not immediately noticeable. Tidy up a bit more then, and we may well come across it. If not, I'll have to stick another one in. I'm sure I've got some of those somewhere. Bit of a tidy up always reveals all sorts of things. I was thinking maybe one week doing a build video on my signal tracer. I did used to get a lot of people asking me how to make that. I've sent a lot of people the schematics for it, but as far as a bit of test equipment, it is probably one of the most useful of all. I use it virtually every time I pull a radio out. In fact, I used it on this just now, didn't I? Still no sign of that little screw. It was definitely here. It was definitely here. Probably it ran away when Robson and Jerome came on, didn't it? Oh dear. It's going to be great having a copyright hit for Robson and Jerome. I can't wait. I can't wait. Where has the screw gone? Screw gone. Gone away. Well, we're getting down to the desk now, and still no sign. Those belts were bang on. Okay, no sign. Let's see if we've got another one. No doubt it'll come to light. So it needs to be a little tiny skinny screw. It needs to be sort of like that, but that's too big unfortunately. That would have been bang on. What about that one? Would that one do it? Slightly too big, that one. Although it doesn't look too big. Let's have a look at this one a minute. It's not too big, it's just a different thread. So we'll go in there. See if I can find one with a bit finer thread. You never know. I've got lots of screws I've taken out of stuff. Oh, that one looks good. Where did that go to? There. You there. Yes. Back together. Like I say, it can't be too difficult to 3D print that. It looks like it's got a peg that goes in that way. So it looks like there's a peg that goes in there. Then the piece that comes over with a little hook bit, and then there's just a recess on that side that it clips into. So yeah, I'm sure if you know anyone over there, Chris, with a 3D printer that's pretty good with CAD stuff, you might be able to get one. If not, then you'd need to buy another one of these and get the thing off of it. The thing being the door. And then we'll see if we can draw it out. It's actually come up pretty good. There's a scrape across there and there's a few scratches on the glass, but really it's actually not in bad nick. Let's give it a buff up. Yeah. Shiny. Right, let me chuck some headphones on and I'm going to have a listen to it, how it should be listened to. Got some Sony headphones, let's pop that on. Zoom you out a bit because you're nice and close in. So if I do find that screw, I'll put it back in before I send it back out. But so the old Sony headphones, I put new ear pads on these because the old ones went to pieces, but you can actually get spares. Right, let's see what it sounds like. Very good. Nice. I'll tell you what, it's got a lot of volume on it. So there's no restrictor. On a lot of the Sonys, the later ones, they had a restriction on the output. So you couldn't like have them really loud, but this, you can have it really loud. Too loud to listen to even. Let's try the radio. Nice. Stereo lights coming on. Wow, okay, that is job done. That is good to go. There you go, Chris. Sorted, mate. Sorted. Put those back up there out of the way. How are we doing? 5:30. 5:30, right. So let's have a little bit of a chat a minute, and well, I'm going to show you a YouTube channel that I found the other day. So I'm going to show you my latest YouTube subscription, which I found by accident the other day. So let me get on to YouTube and I'll show it to you. Some of you may be subscribed, but it's the first I've seen of it. It's not a very old channel. He hasn't been going long, but whew, the lengths he goes to restore stuff is absolutely, it's on a par nearly with Mendit Mark, I would say. Everyone knows Mendit Mark. His channel is amazing. The stuff that he manages to do is absolutely brilliant. So YouTube, here we go. So I've been sort of like binge watching his videos at the moment. So we'll do one of these a week. This is my pick for this week. I've got to try and find what he is now. Probably better to just look at my history. History. See if I can find him. Yeah, here he is. Okay. This is the channel. Just trying to think what he's called. But so he's restored here a Sharp, one of these combi radio television cassette all-in-one things. But the filming is very good in it. So he's a dab hand with making stuff, really. This is probably not his best video for making things, but it's very much like an ASMR, is it they call it? So I can't see because my microphone's in the way. This is the channel Triple R. So he's got 69,000 subscribers and he's only got 15 videos, look. So, you know, literally started a year ago. He's only got those videos and he's got 69,000 subscribers. When you think I'm sat on 7.5, it's pretty phenomenal. So he makes loads of bits with 3D printers. He uses chemicals to nickel plate stuff. Different chemicals for rust removal. So if you're not subscribed, I mean, I've got no affiliation to this guy, I don't even know him, but I literally just stumbled on his channel the other day. Very, very good. So he's Eugene. So you probably wouldn't say he's the best at electronics, but some of the stuff he does is very good. Based in Latvia, look. So he started in September 2024. It literally has only got 15 videos, so it's pretty phenomenal rise to fame, isn't it? But as I say, very similar to Mend It Mark. No speech throughout it at all. It's all just showing you what he's doing, you know. Very, very good. I haven't watched all of these, but I've watched a few, as you can see. I've watched that one, and that one. So I've got a few more. I've watched this one as well. This little Sanyo cassette player, similar to what we've had to play with today. So there you go. That's my selection for the week. Very good channel. Cheers, Derek. So let's catch up with the chat then a minute. Love the song Jackie Blue. Who's that by, Nick? Everything and anything Radiocruncher. Super fan Chris. And I've done all of your radios now, mate, so I've just got to start packing them up and away we go. Cheers, Paul. His front page draws viewers, you think, Anthony? Do you? What do you think it is about his front page that draws viewers then? You're welcome, Bob. That's well worth watching that. So I'm sure you'll really enjoy that. He's a clever bloke, and he's obviously some sort of chemist, or he must have studied physics or something, because he's a dab hand at CAD drawing. He's like miles above me. Exeter's Lab or Dexter's Lab, Aaron? Yeah, it's very good, Dave. Yeah. So, you know, I'll go through and I'll pick one a week. Just have a look through their pages and that. But yeah, 15 videos, 69,000 viewers. It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I need to grow the channel, really. That's something I do need to do. I'm working on trying to build up my memberships and Patreon, so if anyone's interested in joining that, it will help me quite a lot, and also you'll get to see stuff that other people don't. So, you know, you get first dabs on any new videos that come out, and something I do need to do is make some videos as well. Yeah, chop up my long streams and re-release them. I could do that, Anthony. I'd need to download them and edit them, which you can imagine how long some of the streams are going to take to edit. 5-6 hours worth of stream to go through. Exeter's Lab, yeah. Having the device name under repair in the title should attract more and more attention. The device name under repair in the title. Yeah, I didn't do that for a while, Joe, but I did start doing that now. View channel. So if we go and look at my channel, it's obviously far superior. I've rearranged this so it picks out some of the top videos, then it looks at the members only videos, popular videos, and past live streams. So I've moved the live streams down a little bit, and concentrated more on the popular videos. So nearly all the giveaways have gone out now, which is quite nice. And this just picks a selection of videos, doesn't it? This section for you. And then you've got the button to join if you want to become a member. You get to see more stuff like this. So I am being tasked with making 2 members only videos a week. So you are going to see more of those coming out. At least 2 a week, going into 4 a week mid-Feb, then going up to 7 members only videos a week beginning of March. That's what they've tasked me with anyway. So yeah, really trying to grow the members. So yeah, I mean, most of this tells you what it is on the front page and underneath. You know, maybe I should get rid of the Sunday live. I don't know. Any suggestions on helping to build a channel would be very useful. You know, there's bits on here, the membership, posts, playlists, live, shorts, all that sort of stuff. And we've got the community as well. The community, it's a bit strange because I don't really know. See, someone's sent me a message here, but I don't get a lot of notifications when someone posts on there. But yeah, you're welcome to post anything in the community tab. If you've got any questions, you can post it in there, or if you want to chat, anything like that. That's my stomach going, so it must mean it's nearly tea time. Getting rid of videos won't improve my findability. I'm not getting rid of any. Def Pom, yeah. His live streams then purposely inserts voice intros during the same, so you can then edit them down to standalone ones. I see what you're saying, Bob. Yeah. Thanks at 5574 RZ. Jerry, how you doing, mate? One other thing you could do for me, actually. One other thing you could do for me as a favour. If you go to Radiocruncher, you'll find me on Google. So here's me on Google. How do I go to that then? I mean, if you Google me, you should be able to go to Radiocruncher. No, that's all about performance and interaction. Why can't I get to that then? Radiocruncher maps. Yeah, okay, so if you, that's Mrs. Radiocruncher, get off Mrs. Radiocruncher. It brings up this, but in here are, it's because I'm signed in, that's why. I've got reviews. So I've actually, well, Steve's left me one, thank you very much. So yeah, if you click on me and go into Google, you can, if I've done any work for you, then it'd be good if I had some more reviews in here. Because I've done, I don't know, I've sent out about 300 invoices to people. Jerry's left me a review. Very nice of you, Stephen, Rob Crossler, and Michael Bailey. So yeah, if anyone's had me do any work for them, or even if you just want to write a review, then stick it in there if you wouldn't mind. I did send out some links, but I don't know that I can access the link here. But if you just search for me on Google, you should be able to get onto that page. strangely enough, it doesn't allow me to put my email address on there, which is weird. I did have my phone number on there, because you can guess what happened with that, can't you? I got absolutely hammered by lots of foreigners trying to sell me stuff. So yeah, that is me, Aaron, Radiocruncher.com. Yeah, I'm on Google. I've got a pinpoint on Google Maps. A manly keyboard. Oh, this one. Yeah, it's a beauty. Look, pretty. It's got pretty lights and all sorts on it. If I can get the lights on. Yeah, there's different light modes on it. It's very clicky, isn't it? It is a beast of a keyboard. You like watching the Sunday Live, Alex? Thanks, mate. Don't drop Sunday Live. I'm not on about dropping the Sunday Live show. I was on about dropping the Sunday Live off the titles, if you know what I mean. So yeah, don't panic. I'm not giving up doing the Sunday Lives. Finding one on Google is difficult. Okay. Puts down some solid thumbs. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Let me just see if I can find a link then. Because it's actually me on here, it's difficult to do it. Share, here we go. Copy link. Let's try this, son. Try that. So that should get you to my Google page. Obviously up the top, don't forget, Tuesday, 6:15 in the morning UK time, I'm on BBC Radio Devon for, it's only going to be about 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe, up to the news I think, and then I'll be gone. Yeah, no, I just meant, shall I get rid of the Sunday Live bit on the front of the title? So there we are. That's your radio back together, Chris. But radio cassette. Very nice. Oh, that works, Anthony, does it? Brill. Yeah, I mean, people. I had a chap actually knocked on the door one day with a big Volvo radio under his arm. He said, "Oh, are you Radiocruncher?" I said, "Yeah." So I found your address on Google, so I thought I'd come round and I've got this radio that I want repaired. I said, "Well, I don't really do Volvo radios. You know, it's one thing. It's one of those things. I can do them. I am capable of fixing them, but because it's very old technology, it doesn't really comply with today's electrical regs. I'm not able to pat test it or electrically say it's electrically fit for use, so I can't really repair them. I can send them out without a plug on, and then if they want to put a plug on it, that's their responsibility. But you know, I've had a lot of inquiries recently about Volvo radios, and some really nice ones. I've got a chap somewhere wants me to do a radiogram, which looks really nice, cracking looking radiogram, but it will weigh a ton. I'd have to go to wherever he was and pull the parts out of it, repair it, and then go fit it back in and test it on site. And another guy's got a Zenith, one of these big console radios, but it's a huge great thing. It's got like a clock face on it. I can't remember the model number now, but he wants that doing. I don't really want to do that, but he is very local to me, so I can go and have a look at it. So I might do that one. That might be a summer project. So yeah, we have deviated a little bit today, haven't we, with different things, but this has been the main event. So I think I will sort of like break the live streams up into sort of more manageable bits. So as you know, so we'll do a little beer section, a bit of a Q&A, and this is our chat Q&A time really. You've popped the link up there as well. Oh, you have? Oh, sorry, Aaron, I didn't see that, mate. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can test them here and they'll be fine, but you just never know with TOOLKIT, do you? I mean, it's not designed for today's environment, really, is it? They'll work. You've just got to be careful. You don't leave them on unattended. You know, stuff like that. Put one of those trip things on it, an RCD. There's various things you can do to protect yourself, but, you know. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. So yeah, if you could put a review up there, you know, that would be good. That is pretty much it for today. I don't think there's anything else. I'm going to have a go at that Pro 80 in the week and see if I can get that one finished off. I need to try and find the Helmsman to get John's Helmsman sorted. I'll go through and check all of the components in that anyway, replace all the dodgy resistors. So yeah. Looks like I've got some more reviews. Thank you very much. One of the benefits of being a mod, providing the links. Yeah, thanks for that. Reviews. I've got Joe. Thank you, Joe. And Bob. Thank you, Bob and Joe. Thanks very much, Bob and Joe. Thanks very much. 5 stars. So yeah, I'll have a look. I'll add some more commands in for next week. I think, you know, we definitely need bread dropping down and stuff like that, toast, don't we? We've got to have some of that. Get your super chat. Did I get your super chat, Rob? Oh yes, sorry mate, I didn't see that. Must have been on another screen. Thank you very much, Rob. So I have got a lot more repairs on their way in, so I need to do, thank you very much, Gia. I need to get some of these repairs that I've got existing out the way, because I've got some interesting stuff coming in. A lot of Sony's, unfortunately for you chaps, it is a bit repetitive, but you know, they've all got their own faults, and it's great that we can get together and repair them together, really. You need the muted command. I'll see what I can find for you, Joe. You need like a big flash on the screen or something. Muted command. Have I missed anything else? So yeah, as I say, I do need to grow the channel, and if anyone's watching and they want to become a member, then please do get yourself a nice little icon on here, as you can see with Aaron and Rob, and the icon changes over time. Top tier is Rob there with the Hacker Super Sovereign, and I think Aaron's got a Sovereign 2 there. Who else have we got that's a member on here with a different icon? Yeah, we got Andrew's got the Bush TR-82 look, classic radio. A beginner's course, Andrew. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I'm still a beginner, really. I mean, I've not had any electronics training. I mean, I'd love to have done an electronics City and Guilds. They used to do a TV and electronics repair City and Guilds, didn't they, years ago? But by the time I started getting into it, it was long gone. There was no electronic courses at all. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day there, people. Thanks again for joining me for the super chats. Much appreciated. And don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit the button. Then you can come in and have a chat with us next week. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you next week, same time. Bye for now.